Honeybees work in a highly organized society, with each bee performing specific tasks that contribute to the overall health and success of the colony. Here's a brief overview of the roles of different honeybees. Queen bee. The queen bee is the reproductive female of the colony and her primary role is to lay eggs. Drone bees. Drone bees are male bees whose primary function is to mate with the queen. Worker bees. Worker bees are female bees that perform a variety of tasks, including gathering nectar and pollen, caring for the young, and defending the colony. When worker bees gather nectar, they store it in their honey stomachs and bring it back to the hive, where they regurgitate it and pass it mouth to other worker bees. These worker bees then use their mouths and wings to evaporate some of the water from the nectar, turning it into honey. The honey is then stored in the honeycomb for later use as a food source for the colony. Worker bees also collect pollen, which they use to feed the young bees and the queen. The pollen is stored in special structures called pollen baskets on their hind legs. In addition to these tasks, worker bees also regulate the temperature and humidity of the hive to keep it at a consistent and suitable level for the colony. Overall, honeybees work together in a highly synchronized and efficient manner, allowing them to perform all of these tasks and ensure the survival of the colony. Royal jelly is a creamy, milky substance produced by worker bees and fed to the queen bee and young larvae. Here's a basic recipe to make royal jelly at home. Ingredients: 1 cup fresh honey, 1 cup fresh bee pollen, 1 cup distilled water, 3 tablespoons of fresh yeast. Instructions: combine the honey, bee pollen, and distilled water in a large mixing bowl. Stir the mixture thoroughly until the ingredients are well combined. Add the fresh yeast and mix well. Pour the mixture into a large, sterile glass jar and cover it with a tight-fitting lid. Store the jar in a warm, dark place for 24 to 48 hours, until the mixture begins to ferment and thicken. After the mixture has fermented, strain it through a fine mesh strainer to remove any solid particles. Store the strained mixture in the refrigerator in a sealed container. It can be used for up to 2 weeks. Note: it's important to use fresh and high-quality ingredients to make royal jelly, as this will result in a higher quality product. Additionally, it's important to follow good hygiene practices to prevent contamination of the mixture.